Welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is the game of the week on MLB The Show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs. Well, Singy, today we get to see one of the game's best power hitters. He's tied for the league lead in home runs.
Yeah, he's not just hitting dingers. He's crushing them, Boog. No paint scrapers for him. His bat has been a huge boost to this lineup. Question is, how will they pitch to him today?
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now. So here's the lefty, Shota Imanaga. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Well, this guy had a bunch of wins last year, and I'll tell you what, as a position player, when you've got a pitcher that's going to go out there, take the ball, and put you in a position to win, for whatever reasons, you're relaxed, you enjoy playing behind him, but you also are able to score for a guy like that, and that's who he was for his team last year, and I'm sure they're hoping they get more of the same this season.
No.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Now he steps out as time is granted. Drilled out towards left center field. That one is back. See you later. The first batter of the game leaves the yard, and they jump out front. It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump, and at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
Now it's Mookie Betts. And first offering is fouled off. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the second and final game of the series. Under it is Justin Turner to make the catch. And there's one away. Here's the Dodgers lineup now. All right, Singy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Here's the charter member of MLB's 50-50 club, Shohei Ohtani at the plate.
Yeah, such a memorable night when Ohtani officially reached 50-50. He was playing in Miami and just happened to go 6 for 6 with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases.
His 2024 was so impressive. There was a brief moment when people wondered, could he reach 60-60? Just wild. 1 out, bases empty.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
That's outside. 1-2 to count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. That's hard hit on the line. Tucker makes the grab, and there's 2 gone. 2 down, bases empty. Here comes Max Muncy. That clips the corner.
0-1.
On the ground right side, and it goes just foul. Gets a piece and stays alive. And he asks for time before the 0-2 pitch. Two down, nobody on. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Looking back at the solo blast that led off the game. It's now 1-0. Back after this on the show. Back here at Wrigley Field, towing the slab in today's game, Blake Snell.
Comes into this start sporting a lifetime ERA just over 3. He's been pretty great for most of his big league career. Can't wait to watch him in this one.
Bottom of the first. So up now for Chicago, Nico Hoerner. Just missed. Snell, a former All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a slurve, a changeup, and he works in a slider. Swing and a miss as he was late.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
His eyes got big. He saw that changeup way out in front. Better to pull it than to get jammed on something off speed like that.
That's a strikeout. Woody Keller says he won a round. John Birdie at the plate. That clips the corner. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he left that changeup up. Got away with one there, and he'll take it, but doesn't want to make that mistake again.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Freeman makes the grab for the second out. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Kyle Tucker stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. 2 out, space is empty. And now 2-0.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
1 strike.
Hit in the air, center field, Edman. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Second inning set to go. Here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Shota back to work. Hammers that one deep left field and forget it. And they tack on to their lead. It's 2-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Will Smith to the plate. First round pick out of Louisville in 2016. Hard hit to third. Whips it to first. Out. 1 out in the second.
The right fielder, number 44.
Yeah, the batter now, Andy Pages. Line drive. Hauls it in for the out. Two outs, base is empty. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Ball one there. Two down, base is empty, but one run across here at the top of the second. Little dribbler up along third, and that's just foul. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. Two outs. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. Dodgers add one to their lead on the solo homer. And it's 2-zip Dodgers. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the DH, Seiya Suzuki. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. They're so reliant on the matchups nowadays, Chris, and it's huge when you don't have to sit a guy or platoon him.
When you can hit, both sides in terms of pitchers' arms, you're a guy that it's hard to take out of the lineup, and I think it's very important today when everything is under the microscope.
And a swing and a miss. One down.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
And here comes Dansby Swanson. The shortstop takes the ball. And that misses. 2-0. Woody Keller making the calls behind home for us today.
And Boog, something to keep an eye on is how pitchers utilize the top part of the strike zone. We see a lot more of that in today's game with pitchers going up there with hard stuff. Keller, definitely an umpire that isn't afraid to call strikes up in that part of the strike zone.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row. Off to a strong start, Singy, as he's punched out 3 of the first 5 he's faced.
Well, he's definitely minimizing contact. He can get the swing and miss when he needs it, but he'll also keep the defense fresh behind him, allowing some balls in play as well.
And it'll bring up Justin Turner. Foul ball. There's a strike.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games. We'll see what he brings in this one.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And now the batter is Carson Kelly. First pitch, and that's in for a strike.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter. Getting the out was never going to be easy. The wild pitch outside made things very difficult behind the plate, and it turned into a stolen base opportunity.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball. That one missing inside. Turner on at second with 2 down. Just outside. And the count's full. Got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We played 2 full. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Cubs nothing. New inning getting started. Stepping in, Miguel Rojas. Rojas in his 11th season, hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he was born in Venezuela. Tap foul at the plate. Next offering is fouled back. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Behind 0-2, he steps out for time. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Now a screamer into the outfield. And there's one down. Now it's Freddie Freeman. He always seems to have a smile on his face when we get a chance to talk with him, Chris.
One of my favorite moments from earlier this year in spring training, Boog, was Ellie smashing a window on Hunter Green's SUV with a foul ball. You know, that's one way to find out how much your teammates like you. Their response in a situation like that will tell you a lot.
Hard hit left side. Now a jump throw. And they get the out. Here's Mookie to hit. He's 0 for 1. Foul ball there. Left field, way back there. And that one is off the wall. Around first, digging for 2. Relay to second, and he's safe. It's a wall ball double.
He was all over that one. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Here's Shohei Ohtani. He's 0 for 1. First pitch misses. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. That one the other way. Throws to first in time, and they get Ohtani for the out. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. 1 left for L.A., but they hold the 2-0 lead. As we go to the last of the 3rd. Now the left fielder, Ian Happ. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Breaking ball misses down and away.
1-1. 2-1.
Happ lays off.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Happ gets his lead at first with nobody out. The 1-1 is fouled off. Snell picked to first, and he's back in standing. Popped up. Rojas. And there's one away.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Nico.
So the batting order turns over. Nico Hoerner will come up to hit. Went down on strikes his first time through. And now he steps off the rubber.
Blake Snell on the mound today, and everyone knows he's got a great shoe collection, but his trophy cabinet.
Runner takes off. That's in for a strike. Throw, and they got him.
You know, when you've got cooler temperatures like this, sometimes it's a little harder to get some offense going because hitters just don't want to feel the sting in their hands. They don't barrel it up. So being aggressive there, trying to get into scoring position by stealing a bag, I get it. Sometimes you just have to try to manufacture some runs, especially in temperatures like this.
2 down, nobody on. Next offering is outside.
Snell won his second Cy Young Award in 2023, the same season he led the majors in walks. That doesn't happen very often, but it wasn't the first time. Early Wynn did the same thing in 1959 with the Chicago White Sox.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Stays alive. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. They trail it here 2-0. And we're back. Here's Muncy to hit.
The third baseman, number 13, Max Muncy.
And there's a foul ball. One thing with Max Muncy, and it'll be interesting to see what he throws here. He hammers the fastball. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Sends it to first.
He's out.
And a quick out, number 1.
Now batting, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. He's already homered here in this one. Out to center. Crow Armstrong sizes this one up. Puts it away for the out. Two down, base is empty. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Grounded out his first time. There's a strike.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Swing and a line drive, and that one's a base hit out into left center field. And that extends the inning.
The right fielder, number 44,
Andy Pages digs in now. 0 for 1 so far. And that is out of play. Fought off foul. time called. Chance to collect himself down 0-2. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Two outs. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
He's got it, and that'll end the inning. So the Dodgers leave one. They're up 2-0. Here at Wrigley Field, digging in, John Birdie. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Backed off the plate that time.
Yep. Two. Full count.
The other way. Hauls it in. One away.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Here's Kyle Tucker. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And that one is inside ball one. On the ground, right side. Freeman takes it to the bag, and that quickly 2 away.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. His first at bat was a strikeout. Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Missed with a changeup. Ball one. Just off the inside edge. Check swing. He went. And it's 2-2.
Well, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that.
And he got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail things here 2-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Shota back to work. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the only Wrigley Field in MLB history. You know, when the league expanded and added the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in L.A. called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name.
Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Now batting for the second baseman,
Miguel Rojas at the plate. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Hat on the move. And there's 2 away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Freeman now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. And that extends the inning for Mookie Betts. Here's Mookie now, 1 for 2. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That's back. And that one's gone into the bleachers. A towering shot to center, and they add on. It's 4-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
So 2 down. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. 0 for 2 in this one. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. That one ripped. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Into second, and he's got a double.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Here comes Craig Counsell, and we're going to see a pitching change. Shota Imanaga won't go any further tonight. And this is new pitcher in the game for the Cubs, Tyson Miller.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
And that's down and away. In the air, right side. Tucker settles under it and makes the catch. And that is that. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. Swanson digs in. He swings and fouls one off.
You know, these Cubs need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Hauls it in, and there's one away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
The Dodgers leading by 4, last half of inning number 5.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
Ground ball right side. Rojas in plenty of time to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Cubs are down quietly. They're down 4-0. on the north side of Chicago. Jon Sciambi and Chris Singleton. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez. And that's a fair ball. Now he turns and heads for second. The throw in safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. The batter now will be Will Smith. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Birdie hauls it in, and there's one away.
The batter, the right fielder, Andy Pages.
And now the right fielder, Andy Pages. And it's fouled away. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Happ makes the catch for the out. And here comes Tommy Edman. Down and away for ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
And a ground ball to first, and it finds its way through for a hit. Safe, and the runner from second scores on the play, and the lead is up to 5. Miguel Rojas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That one fouled off. Miller, 29 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2016. Edman off of first with 2 away. Next pitch misses way outside. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. That's to third. Birdie slings it across.
That's an out.
Third out, and that ends the frame. But the RBI single pushes across a run, and the lead is now 5-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Wrigley Field, Jon Sciambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Ian Happ. That one missed. Cubs made Ian Happ a first-round pick in 2015. He played at the University of Cincinnati as an infielder. Played a little bit of outfield, but a guy in 2022. What a year, Chris. Both an all-star and a Gold Glover. And Ian swings through it.
Yeah, and wins that Gold Glove as a left fielder, and it's a guy that was a pretty good center fielder as well. But you know, one of the things for him is just being able to be in the same spot every day. I think it increases the comfort level and allows that athletic ability to really shine.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup, and next for the Cubs, Nico Hoerner. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. Next
Ball.
offering misses down and away.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it drops in. And they have their first base runner since the 3rd inning.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Snell checks over to first, and he's back. The Dodgers leading by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Squirts away a little bit to second, but way too late. Safe there. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance. And that's in the dirt. Popped up. Rojas. And that is that. Cubs leave 1. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Caleb Thielbar.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Freeman, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1. That one pushed to the left and foul. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's Mookie Betts now. He's already homered in this game. Swings through that. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Julian Merriweather up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Brazier getting loose as well. Turns and fires to Betts. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen throwing BBs. And next for L.A., Shohei Ohtani. 1 for 3. Swing and a drive. Deep right field. That's back. Gone. A solo shot. It's 6-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrists to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the loft, and gets the home run.
Base is empty with 2 away. Max Muncy getting ready to hit. And there's a ball. Swing and a foul out of play. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the top half of inning number 7. Swings through the sweeper.
1-2.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Two down, nobody on. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. That one finds the corner. 0-1.
He's got a rare skill set out there on the mound. Even when he's low on energy, his stuff still has bite to it. You just don't see it flattening out just because he's tired. He's still delivering good action.
He goes down looking.
Wow, short work to send him packing to start the inning, and no messing around either. All three pitches were in the strike zone, attack mode all the way, and that's pretty impressive given the pop he was dealing with at the plate.
Check swing on the first pitch. Appeal down to first, and he went around. Ruled a swing. Base is empty, one away. Here at the bottom of the seventh. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. Snellzilla picks up the strikeout.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Swanson in the box again. Takes a strike.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
Cut on and lifted in the air. Hernandez settles underneath it. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, when you played, how much of a fashionista were you? Would you come to the ballpark dressed to the nines?
No, I wouldn't. Even on the road trips, I was, pretty average. There were some guys that would dial it up, and there'd be some outfits where you're kind of double taking and saying, where in the world are you going? But overall, I'd say I kept it low key.
Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays, and big on the gram, as the kids like to say. Post their fits, right? That's what you say?
Is that what it is?
Fit, your fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck, too?
Yeah, believe it. Scale of 1 to 10, how old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. And that one fouled off. The Dodgers up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. This one smoked out to left. Hauls it in for the out. And a couple of quick outs.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And a foul ball. And he gets that fastball by him upstairs.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two outs. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets to it onto first. That completes the strikeout, and that'll do it. So they go quietly there. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Dodgers 6 and the Cubs nothing. Bottom of the 8th. And here's the first baseman, Justin Turner. Snell back to work. That one finds the corner. And that's strike 1. Snell Still out there to pitch the 8th and working with a big lead.
He's been excellent, really on his
1-1.
game in this one, and at this point he wants to finish what he started.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider over the course of a long season, guys putting a lot of stress on that elbow, on that shoulder, but you also have to pry the ball out of a hand of a guy like this because he's so competitive.
Carson Kelly, the next Cub to hit. Ball 1, no strikes.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Blake Snell with the strikeout.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Chicago, Ian Happ. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
See ya! Strikes him out for the 2nd time today. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Brazier.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Tommy Edman at the plate. Foul ball. Brazier measures 6 feet even, 225 pounds, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2007. Swinging a foul straight back. That misses the zone, and that is ball 1.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Tap back to the mound. Over to first. Out. Now 1 gone in the 9th. And up next for Los Angeles, Miguel Rojas. 0 for 3 in this one. Foul ball there. Yeah, that's fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away. Here at the top of the 9th. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
And first offering is fouled off. And he chases a high fastball there.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Battling here as he fouls it away. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Bottom of the ninth coming up, and we'll see if he can complete the shutout after the break. And we're back, all set for the bottom of the ninth. And now the center fielder, Pete Crow Armstrong. That clips the zone, and it's 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
That one pushed foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Here's Nico Hoerner. And first offering is fouled off. The Cubbies with a lot of ground to make up. We're in the last half of the ninth inning. And ball 1. Out to short. Betts. 2 up, 2 down.
Out.
So they're down to their final out. John Birdie now at the plate. That one the other way. He'll squeeze it for the final out, and the Dodgers get a shutout on the mound.
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command of this game, and he saw it all the way through to the end. Nice win.
6-0 is how this one ends. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. We'll see you soon for the next Game of the Week.